Hey, welcome to your weekly corner Späti. It is myself, Nick, joined with Uma.
Hello.
Once again, we're back.
We're back.
Before we get into, weekly updates and the news and why you're here listening to the show. I guess this is news, it's just local news. Did you see who was in Berlin?
Oh my god. Yes. Yeah. How could I forget about that?
Because it happened 2 days ago.
True. Yeah.
Kanye looked like he was having the most miserable experience in the city.
Eating Gemüse. Mustafa's Gemüse kebab.
But he's very much in that he did not get any special treatment from anyone in the line. And there's even a picture of him just pouting, sitting on the ground at one point.
I didn't see that. That is so fun. It's just so funny that I did see the picture of him standing in line for the kebab.
Yeah.
And he has his whole face just wrapped in a scarf, I guess, to try to maintain privacy or whatever. But then his wife or / girlfriend.
No, it's his wife now. Yeah, they got married.
Who is dressed by him and just is so recognizable because she looks like a weird version of Kim Kardashian as well, with short hair. Is just standing next to him. And it's I wonder who the weirdo with a scarf around his face is if this woman is right here. So silly.
Yeah. And then there's also just a picture of them just very lonely in the park eating a kebab.
And it's just so funny how she's she has so much makeup on. She's dressed so well or fashionable, whatever. And she's just sitting on a park eating a kebab with just Kanye looking so sad and so disgusted by the kebab.
I always, I really enjoy when that makes the rounds of because Kanye's been to Berlin multiple times recently. Because he was designing something in conjunction with some German architect or something.
Okay.
Or whatever. That's why he was in Berlin a lot a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's always very funny because he always tries to go around Berlin just always wearing a mask or something. Yeah. And it's just very clear dude, everyone knows that you're Kanye West. You have moon boots on and a
exactly.
ski mask.
You literally have all your clothes that you have designed on.
It's just so silly.
But it is, sorry, it's just I think it was Ted from Spaßbremse that tweeted that people in Berlin would have such a small town mentality because we get so excited and we can't stop talking about when famous people come to the city, but it's Berlin.
Exactly.
It's one of the biggest cities in Europe and one of the coolest or whatever. But we freak out.
We freak out when whenever any the funniest thing I think here too is when you're in the U-Bahn and you'll get the Berliner Fenster news on the train.
Oh God,
which is done through Welt and it's an Axel Springer thing, but it'll just always be Denzel Washington said he likes Berlin.
Yeah, exactly.
It's they won't even be in Berlin for anything. They'll just be Brad Pitt said that Berlin's pretty cool.
Exactly. It's so silly. And it's also that was just a weird thing that he did. But when that weirdo from Jared Leto. Yeah,
Jared Leto when he started climbing up the hotel. It made it look so epic.
Anyway, he was a meter. It was so funny when the video zoomed out.
Yeah,
he's
but everyone kept cutting it. Everyone kept cutting the video before that because they're
because
Jared Leto's
Jared Leto
and it's
cool.
Yeah, he's literally like you said a meter above the ground.
Yeah.
But that the Kanye thing weirdly reminded me too of this video that I saw this morning of this very douchey American guy being I just went to Berlin and I'm never gonna do that again. It's it's too liberal and too woke.
Oh my Lord.
And I'm and the thing that's just really funny is that then he just looks like every stereotypical American or British loser with a mustache, dumb tattoos that look like they're all drawn on, but he's really reactionary.
Oh my Lord.
It's just very funny how the hipster aesthetic thing. I was thinking about this the other day too. Maybe you don't remember this, but as you know, a later millennial than. But you're not even a millennial.
No,
you're Gen Z. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, back in my day, hipsterdom turned into like a very like reactionary thing.
Yeah,
you know,
no, I do remember
I know that
that.
you. I'm just kidding. Like I know that you have some recollection of this, and I'm wondering like at what point that we're gonna have that big sweeping movement again, because now it's just kind of like there's not like an encompassing hipsterdom like there used to be in like the Vice era of like the early 2010s that kind of like congregated this. I mean, given this was in the United States and UK mostly, but I would still say that this is like kind of also connected to like Americans' obsession with places like Berlin as well too. I think also started within that like Brooklyn Vice hipster like milieu that's like kind of boiled over to here. One, if there are the like, you know, as Walter Benjamin would say, the technical reproduction, if this is allowed to then like be repeated in a similar way, like if we even have this method of conveying these ideas in like, because it's kind of weird because we're in a period of time where it's like Vice and things like that were alternative medias, which I mean, yes, okay, they like, you know, they weren't like that alternative in terms of they were like backed by Saudi money, but that they could like that you had these kind of pinnacles of like hipster culture, Vice, Pitchfork, stuff like that. That doesn't really, I don't feel that exists with anything in like the TikTok era of social media. There's not like Vice tries to do videos, but they're still too like long form. You know, they'll do like these like shorter documentaries, but it'll be like watch the whole thing on YouTube.
I feel it's more of on individuals now.
Yeah.
Like you follow certain people that maybe talk about things that, or, you know, are more interesting to you, but it's not like an actual company like Vice.
Yeah. Or like one of the weird ones that I've noticed too, because I always forget that then like Zoomer culture is so focused around like YouTube more so than anything, that a lot of like YouTubers have been like pivoting towards politics stuff. I think like, is it Philip DeFranco is his name or whatever? Is become like a guy on like TikTok now who does like politics things that just like
really
shoves down like very pro-Western narratives, just being like, oh, I'm just covering the news, I'm being objective, this and that and that, but like from a YouTuber perspective. So he's like, it's either him or whatever. They all have like the same fucking name to me. They just have like two
no, it could
like
be
made up.
I know who you mean, but because I'm not on YouTube.
No. That's the thing, is that like I see these occasionally, but I mean it is like, but there isn't really like the level of that type of stuff. I feel like we're not going to have a moment again where it's like, I do kind of appreciate that this guy, I mean, I think that it's also like the reactionary push of this type of hipster person is a millennial thing as well. But it was very funny seeing this guy hate Berlin for like, he's like, you can't even get to the club if you don't have a bunch of girls with you. It's like, what club are you going to?
In Berlin.
My problem is with them is that they're too expensive now and too pro-Israel.
No, exactly. I actually saw, talking about clubs in Berlin and Americans and stuff like that, I was browsing through my Instagram reels, whatever, and this guy,
TikTok light, if you will,
something like that, and this guy popped up, and it was a video of him. He's a comedian or whatever, and he was just complaining that he had been in Berlin and that he had tried to get into like 5 different clubs, but it's like what, Sisyphus, Kit Kat, Berghain, and I don't know. And he had been denied entry from all of them. And he was explaining how they do it in every place. Like in Berghain, they just don't even say anything. They just tell you to fuck up. Like they just like signal to you to fuck up. Or like in Kit Kat, in Sisyphus, they were like, not today, boys. And in Kit Kat, which is, it is at the end, at least it used to be, it's a sex club. It's like,
it still is.
Yeah. Well, it's been like gentrified a little, hasn't it? Like, so of course, if you're a fully dressed man, American guy who also looks like a tourist, and come on, like many people try to get into Kit Kat, for example, and they're not even into that culture. Like they just literally want to look and see how oh my god, like it's a sex club, you know. And that was the vibe that guy was giving.
Yeah, Berlin's really reached its like peak of TikTok influencer things. There's apparently even a club that then like some influencer like runs the door of.
Oh my God.
That she like curates the list for at like one
horrible.
of them. Yeah, a friend of mine was telling me who like works at one of them, like nearby, I guess. I guess it's like 3 of these clubs that are all together.
That is a nightmare.
Yeah, like apparently it's just like they've really, I mean, like there was a very silly Berliner Zeitung article about like why are clubs getting more expensive, and they were trying to blame it on like supply side economic stuff of like wages are too high and this and that, and it's like, yeah, but you're also just like missing the part of the fact that like the blow up of like how touristic this has become is just like allowed these very greedy, you know, party organizers and companies to kind of sweep in and take advantage of a situation that's happening here, where a lot of people who are like I mean, it's always a mixed thing, because like the thing of how much then like the real heads are into it and whatnot. It's like a lot of people who are really into it have just going to throw their own parties. They just don't care about, you know, clubs anymore. To be very fair, like there's a lot of that stuff that still does exist here. Or like a lot of the time, like, you know, a lot of them are bullshit. Like that the whole, oh yeah, we're like true to the culture, this and that, da, da, da. Rob explained it to me too, that then like the Berghain like techno enjoyer person is just like a Reddit person. And when you realize that, it makes a lot more sense.
What's Riley from Trash Future? He loves Berghain. He always goes to Berghain whenever he's in Berlin.
Yeah, no, it's a good club, but like Rob was just explaining it into the sense that he'll just like end up down because like, you know, good pal of the pod, not dead. Rob is not dead.
No,
as
he's not.
Someone funnily mentioned in the the Gunta episode that we did for the live one. They're like, oh, I wish Rob was alive to hear this. Well, good news, he is not dead.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, like Rob's been really getting into techno again. Like,
oh my God,
been having a moment, and he's just like, dude, yeah, like this is Reddit guys techno, and I will leave the listener to figure out what that means, because it makes perfect sense to me. So
yeah,
it's just always everyone complaining about that it's like not pure enough or not true enough, which is like Reddit shit.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's lovely. But anyway, I love the small town mentality of Berlin. I love how the city feels like it's getting worse all the time.
Stop, yeah, I know.
But you know what's not getting worse? Europe.
Oh. I was like,
Oh, no. Everything's getting worse. Why would I lie to you?
Yeah, exactly.
So this week, kind of harping back to a tradition on the show, is that then, you know, whenever we can make it about the wolves that Ursula von der Leyen hates, we will dedicate half of an episode to this.
Yes.
This was a big week for the European Union. All right. Ursula von der Leyen had her State of the Union, which she's pretty much like tried to call for a ban on Chinese automobiles because it's fucking with the German economy and their production of automobiles. And it's just very funny because one, to me, is that the EU has always been very cucked to the US. Nothing gives off these more cucked vibes when it is like literally a Christian Democrat from Germany being like, Senpai, notice me. Like,
we
Senpai, notice me.
Chinese
Yeah, like, am I doing good? Yeah. Am I doing well over here? Is my Atlanticism like good enough for you guys? Yeah, because also just like complete economic suicide you'd be doing if you just start like doing these like, you know, full on bans of Chinese products. Also, you could have invested this shit yourselves instead of just privatizing every like aspect of your economy.
Exactly.
You know, reason for like Germany's like inability to like digitalize or has been because they're like, there's this big company telecom over here. We don't know what to do with them. Oh, we're going to contract out all these Chinese companies to build the infrastructure. Oh no, this may be a security problem. we may be ripping up all of our 5G networks because we're afraid of a possible security leak. Where could we have found a company in Germany that makes cables?
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, because they're like the truest, they're like the truest believers in globalization and neoliberalism. You know, like Germany is kind of like the purest example of this, especially under Merkel. You know, And then they realized in the sense of, oh, wait, if our geopolitical values mirror that of the United States, we could then be in trouble. Oh, no, what's all this Chinese wire in our country? So that was one that was just kind of like funny to me that, in terms of like policy things, I would love to do. If someone's listening to the show and they are themselves or know of someone who could come and talk about European Union and Chinese relations, I would love to do an episode on that. I've been wanting to do an episode on that for a very long time, but I have a job and that's hard to organize sometimes. Yeah. But so in connection to all this, though, was a rekindling of a story that we love, which is Ursula von der Leyen and the wolves. All right. For those who don't remember, Ursula von der Leyen's wonderful pony, who was the ripe young age of 30, I found out.
Oh my God. Do you know how long ponies live for?
Old, but that's like...
But 30 is pushing it, no?
I think that horses can live into their 20s and 30s.
That is wrong.
I'm no horse expert. I always got bad vibes from horse girls, horse people. Horses are cool, but...
No, horse girls are. And they're so mean as well. Because usually they're rich.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Obviously.
That's not... there's a reason why Ursula von der Leyen is absolute... Wow, no. 15 to... Oh, wait, no. They can live into their 20s.
Yeah, but then 30 is still...
The oldest pony ever was 56 years old.
56?
Yeah.
But that is an anomaly. That's not...
Yeah, so normally ponies between 15 to 20 years.
Okay, so 30 is pushing it, though.
30 isn't old, but it's the same thing, too. Your cat can live to be 12, 13 is typically the normal age.
And there's dogs
My mom's cat's almost 20.
Oh my jeez.
Yeah, and she's killing it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't threaten to kill the whole population of coyotes, and if a coyote ate your cat, no?
Oh no, why would my cat be outside? That's her own fault.
Yeah, true. That's a whole other conversation that Twitter is very annoying about leaving cats outside or not. Or
yeah, because they murder birds. Yeah, well.
No, and also they get murdered. They get murdered by
they're
other animals.
Yeah, that does happen. But anyway, you know who else got murdered was Ursula von der Leyen's pony. And so the thing that's been happening is that it once again got raised this week that not in conjunction with her State of the Union, but just simply that she has to let everyone know that this is her number one priority is death to all wolves. Is that she's been trying to hammer on, especially within getting support from conservative governments or her conservative constituents in the, in Europe, to lift the ban on
killing
wolves because they're protected because they're a threatened species. And
honestly, has nobody one of her advisors or somebody just been hey Ursula, maybe you want to
oh no,
down?
The thing is that then she's getting a shit ton of support from from a lot of the right in her country.
Okay, I bet.
Not only in Germany, but a lot of right-wing governments within the European Union. Yeah.
That is so stupid. Why? They're just wolves. It's going to shark-infested waters and being oh no, a shark killed me. It's you went to their habitat.
So the first thing is, of course, that wolves, their populations drastically declined in Europe. Until recently. They're coming back up apparently. And a bunch of environmental organizations have come out and said this is insane because if we lift this ban or if we lift this protected status, it technically is, if we remove the protected status of wolves, it'll end up becoming problematic again that we could possibly thin out the wolf populations. There's a reason why they have this status on them. But they don't care because Ursula von der Leyen is just damn, it's dangerous for, livestock. And I think she just particularly means her ponies because I feel that then...
Does she have more?
Oh, of course she does. She has she has a bunch of horses. A whole fleet of horses, yes. So this is...
fucking weirdo, man. Get over it.
So Ursula von der Leyen is still adamant about removing the protected status of not horses.
She wants
to protect all the horses. It should be illegal to do anything. Well, I mean, you shouldn't be able to do anything illegal to a horse.
But realistically, they're not even really a threat like wolves, are they?
The thing I'm just thinking about is that then I feel that then if it's a problem for agriculture and livestock and this and that, there would be methods like, you know, to keep wolves out, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, wolves are pretty crafty, but like, you know, like there's I would assume this is something that they have thought about if they
exactly
have.
like they've been around for centuries, just like livestock and agriculture. Like,
yeah, you would have think they would have been able to figure this problem out.
Yeah, exactly. They have their own solutions and shit.
Nope. Europe is as underdeveloped as Ursula von der Leyen would. Honestly, her policies are probably making it more underdeveloped. Maybe she is just 100%. Like, oh wait, you mean I haven't brought us back to the Dark Ages? Like,
oh my lord, what a weirdo. Honestly, she needs to move on. Just. Someone needs to buy her a new pony and just like, you know. Yeah.
European elections are coming up.
Oh God.
Yeah, we have to wind Kieran up and just let him go.
Yeah, exactly.
When he's back.
Also, speaking of banning animals, have you seen in the UK they want to? Well, Rishi Sunak has said that he wants to ban American Bullies XL, or whatever they're called. They're massive fucking pit bulls things.
Oh, I thought you meant just like bullies from the United States.
I wish. That'd be so, no.
That'd be such a British, oh yeah, no, I get what you mean, but also just like, that'd be such like a stupid British move, like, we're gonna ban bullies from the United States. And it's like, what? Like...
Just from international schools. Yeah, I don't know, the fucking...
It's the war on bullying.
Yeah. The breed, like those super bred dogs that look so weird. And
the ones that like can't breathe.
Yeah, they can't breathe and everything, because apparently there's been a race. Well, the other day a dog, one of these, attacked like 3 people, like just ran away from his owner and just attacked 3 people.
You mean pit bulls?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like bulldogs. Okay, pit bulls are way different. Yeah,
what is that? No, I don't know. They're called American Bullies, but I don't know if it's a pit bull or if it's a bulldog.
I think it'd be a pit bull.
They're super inbred.
They're really
anyway.
jacked.
I don't know.
They're really inbred and jacked.
Yeah, they're disgusting. I'm sorry. Maybe some of you owns one of these, but they're kind of disgusting. Like, they shouldn't exist. They literally just shouldn't exist.
Yeah, it's a pit bull. XL bully dogs.
It's a
yeah,
pit bull.
You're right. Why is the UK banning American XL bully dogs? The first
because
thing from the BBC from yesterday.
Yeah, because they're killing people, apparently. Because the thing is, people get them without the proper training or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So obviously they are bred for like dog fights or like to be aggressive and stuff.
Oh, you're going to have a lot of people now mad at you.
I know, I'm sorry, but it is true.
I'm not going to make any comments on pit bulls on the show.
I'm not talking about normal pit bulls. I'm talking about these specifically. Like the
American Bully XL.
Yeah, like the ones are specifically bred. Because their pit bulls are just like, they're just normal. Like they, in the sense that...
Oh, what does normal mean to you?
No, in the sense that like... they're not bred to be a pit bull.
No.
They're just 2 pit bulls have another pit bull randomly,
that would be breeding pit bulls.
No, but they're not by a breeder. They're not made.
They don't come from the American Bully XL factory.
Exactly. I know I'm making sense. Okay.
I'm not. Again, like I said, if all
Nick doesn't want to get canceled.
I don't want to get canceled by the pit bull lovers. They're
Again,
very awful.
I'm not talking about pit
It's
bull.
fine. The American Bully XL. They put them under the same umbrella, just so you know. So
do they?
Yeah.
Oh well.
They're like, yeah. You're gonna.
I'm not. I don't think I'm in favor of banning them. I'm in favor of like.
Not purposely breeding like horribly deformed dogs.
That with any breed of dog, because there's also the cute ones. They also like breed them, and it's disgusting and horrible.
I thought you were talking about bulldogs for a second, but okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I am in favor if you have these kind of like dogs that have been known to be violent, then you should have some certain type of training. Like you can't just get one and that's it. I think that's more than fair. But I'm probably gonna get cancelled anyway.
Oh, it's fine. I'll let you fend that off. Like you can have fun. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not gonna personally involve myself within this realm of the internet because it is they're
fierce,
yeah. I'm not gonna my opinions on pit bulls or American Bully XLs is redacted.
Fair enough.
Well, speaking of dogs.
Great transition. Love it.
Do we want to? I always love viewing a Corner Späti episode like it's a long train ride through Europe that we magically get through in about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So we ventured from Berlin up to Brussels. Easy train ride. Lovely weather today. And now, I'm feeling, not liking the Northern European weather. I want to go somewhere warmer. I'm thinking about going to Spain.
So now we're in Spain.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love this train line that doesn't exist in real life from Brussels to.
No, it would be Brussels, Paris, Spain. Yeah. Right. So, I mean, unless you've lived under a rock, you know that a couple weeks ago the FIFA Women's World Cup happened. Spain won, and during the celebration, when they were getting their medals and the cup and everything, what's the name? Luis Rubiales, who is the president of the Spanish Royal Federation of Football, so the president of the women's team and the men's team, he grabbed I think she's the captain as well, Jenny Hermoso. Yeah. He grabbed her face and kissed her on the lips, and that was it. And then obviously, this has just become a massive story. First of all, because also the UK, as I was telling you yesterday, the UK were the ones that lost against Spain.
Yeah.
So the UK media was like all over the story, being like, "Oh my God, this happened. He's the president. What the fuck?" Spanish media at first was so strange because obviously we saw this live. It was on camera. It was on like multiple cameras. And Spanish media at first, especially the sports media, which obviously is never very kind to women, they were like, "Oh my God, haha, the funny kiss between Luis Rubiales and Jenny Hermoso," being like, "Haha, kiss between sisters," or whatever. And it's like, this man is the big boss. Like, this man is her boss. And right after it happened, because it was already out everywhere, they were doing a live from inside the changing room with all the girls and everybody just celebrating. And somebody was like, "Hey, did he kiss you?" To Jenny Hermoso, who was recording. Like, "Hey, did he kiss you?" And she's like, "Yeah, I didn't like it at all, but, what am I going to do? I'm just me." That on camera, on the live. And everybody was like, "Oh, the funny reaction of Jenny Hermoso to the kiss." I'm like, what are you talking about funny? She's literally saying that she didn't like it, but what is she going to do? She's not going to freak out. And also the queen and the princess were there as well. So like, what is she going to fucking do? But yeah, so then it's just been so strange seeing like the evolution of it, because at first it was like, haha, it was a funny kiss, da, da, da. But then she came, like, he came out saying like, "Fuck, if you're offended by this, fuck you, who the fuck."
He started blaming like lay wokeism as well.
No, late feminism, the new feminism or something. No, but that was, so before he did that, which was insane as well, he came out being like in a radio show or something, being like, "Everyone's just so offended lately, and like, fuck, if you're offended by that, fuck you," was we're just passionate in Spain, which is like, that has nothing to do with anything. But then he actually saw all the backlash, so he did this bullshit video apologizing, which basically was like, "I apologize if I've offended you," kind of like apology. And apparently he wanted to force Jenny Hermoso to be in that video with him. Yeah,
like that he like got really upset that he wouldn't, one, accept his apology, and then like wouldn't be on his team for like the apology acceptance like because he wanted to keep his job. He was being threatened to like losing it.
Yeah.
And so, I remember like reading that he was upset that her and her family wouldn't come to his defense.
Exactly. Yeah. And he tried to kind of like weirdly like emotionally blackmail her, being like, come on, you want me to lose my job, and what about my family, what about my daughters, I have young daughters. And she was like, I'm not gonna fucking be in this video with you because you hurt me, like you did this. And then she issued a statement being like, this is not okay, da 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 da. Then his fucking mom went to, like, just walked into a church in Motril in Andalusia, in the south of Spain, and just, like, closed the doors and barricaded herself in a church and said that she was going to do a hunger strike until, like, they stopped treating her child, Luis Rubiales, so badly. She didn't even last like 48 hours.
Oh, I doubt that. I could not imagine a very wealthy, well-off Spanish woman lasting a full day in a hunger strike.
Exactly. It was just so funny because she did an interview, like an exclusive interview with one of these like TMC style kind of press thingies in Spain. And it was not even 24 hours later, she looked like shit. Like, she looked so bad, and everyone was like, what did she do? Like, there's no way.
She didn't eat for 12 hours.
Yeah. Oh, my God. And then what else happened? Yeah, then he went on to do, like, a press conference, and everyone was like, okay, he's going to resign. And then he started being like, that's when he started blaming the new feminists, saying that his daughters were the real, true feminists, and that, like, everybody else was a fake new feminist or whatever. And
my family rocks. You guys are all posers.
yeah, literally, like, my family's the best. You guys suck.
Yeah, Kieran and I like briefly covered this, but I mean, did not know all the hilarities of
yeah, it's been
thank you. I very much appreciate. I've unfortunately been avoiding this story a bit because it's just like it keeps snowballing into like weirder stuff that I just like can't keep up with.
The mom just like barricading herself inside a church. It was so fucking funny. And apparently she didn't even ask permission to the like priest that like not owns the church but like works at that church. She just like walked in and closed the door and was like, I'm staying here. And everyone was like, what are you for? Woman, please exit. And then, yeah, so he did that weird speech and was saying, like, I'm not going to resign. And all the men were just, like, applauding or whatever. But then all the players were like, we're not going to play again until this guy is fired. I believe he has now been fired. It took a while, though.
As of the 10th. He is fired, yes.
Exactly. Yes. But see, like really recently, it really dragged on for like a month until they were like, okay, maybe we need to fire him. They did fire Vilda before, who is the coach of the women's team, that's another story. They had massive problems with him. Many of the best players in the world, female players in the world, didn't even play the World Cup because Vilda was the coach, because there were problems with him. He's also a weirdo. He would make them like have their hotel rooms open so he could just walk in whenever he wanted, which
that's odd.
It's really odd and makes no sense. And yeah, he's also a weirdo. So he was fired first, and then they're making the second coach, who is a woman, Montse Tomé, the first coach. However, she was the second coach under Vilda. So all the players except like 4 have signed a statement saying that they won't play again if there's not actual
an actual change in the coaching.
Yeah, because she was still like second coach with Vilda, so they think that the federation is still controlling who is coach, So yeah, that's another thing. And then, they fired Rubiales in the end. Oh, yeah, no. And then last Friday, this Friday, so yesterday, they
the 15th.
Yes, the 15th. Sorry. Rubiales went to, because there is actually a case being built against him in court. So he had to, a procedure, so he had to go to court and give his statement or whatever. And he has been served a restraint order. So he can't go near Jenny Hermoso. And he also is forbidden from contacting her or her family. So it has truly like become a thing.
Isn't there also a criminal case in Australia that they're like collecting evidence for or whatever?
In Australia?
Yeah, because that's where the World Cup happened.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I haven't heard about
I mean,
that.
that's kind of that's like totally like up in the air, but that's like the last thing that I read this week from that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy what lay wokeism and
new
feminism
can do, yeah. And I mean, people are, yeah. It's been so ridiculous though, because obviously there's so many male. Well, first of all, male players. Many of them didn't even like say anything in favor of Jenny Hermoso, like didn't position themselves. And then many of, obviously, it's the sports community. It's very misogynistic. They were really just shrugging it off, being like, "Oh, it's just a kiss. It wasn't even with tongue. Like it's whatever. It's just a peg." Da 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 da. And then politicians went, like even fucking Sanchez went on a press conference and said that they needed to fire Rubiales.
Yeah.
Like it was a big thing. And then recently
there were a few members of the Spanish men's national team who also came out asking for him to be fired as well.
Yeah.
So there was like a handful of people, but it wasn't like, it was overwhelmingly, I feel that then of like a lot of this either hand-wringing or a lot of the sense of like, it's just, you guys are all overreacting and this and that and that.
Yeah. It was literally either silence or there were literally 3 of the male team that did came out. One of them is already known for being super cool and super nice. And apparently his wife or girlfriend gets so much hate for being like a feminist or just being a decent person that is with this guy who is also a decent person. But of course, football and especially Spanish football, it's just fucking so, backwards. Yeah, that's a word.
Do you know who else has also come out saying that they're, supporting Rubiales?
Oh, God, who?
Well, no one else than Woody Allen.
Oh my Lord, are you serious?
100% serious.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is an insane person to have by your side. Oh, of course he's gonna fucking say that. You married your own daughter, you fucking sicko, whatever. Psycho as well.
Well, yeah, no.
Ugh. What did he say exactly?
He just said that it was only a kiss.
Oh my.
And that no one should be, here. This is from The Independent on the 5th. Woody Allen defends Spanish football boss Luis Rubiales amid sexual harassment scandal. And I wonder who is then having the sexual harassment scandal. Is it Rubiales or is it Woody Allen?
Both.
Woody Allen has spoken out and defended the president. Whatever. Okay. In an interview, Spanish language publication El Mundo following the screening, the 87-year-old was asked about Rubiales, 46, kissing Hermoso, 33, after Spain beat England in the World Cup final. In response, Allen said that the football boss should apologize to Hermoso, who said that the kiss was not consensual. However, Allen argued that Rubiales shouldn't lose his job over what he called just a kiss.
Oh my Lord. Fuck. Oh, I also didn't mention... Oh, sorry, go on.
The kiss on the soccer player was wrong, but did not burn down a school, Allen said. I feel that Woody Allen should not be viewing talking about anything like this. He has a duty to apologize and go ahead. They didn't hide, nor did he kiss her in a dark alley.
Oh my.
He wasn't raping her. It was just a kiss, and she was a friend. What's wrong with that?
No, they're
the director
not friends.
continued.
Oh my God,
in any
more?
case, it's difficult to understand that a person can lose their job and be penalized in that way for kissing someone.
But
these are all words coming out of Woody Allen's mouth.
Oh my God. Is he well, yeah, of course he is. What the fuck is wrong with this man? That is so...
I could think of a few things wrong with Woody Allen.
Many things are wrong with this man. Oh my God, what a fucking dumbass. Also, I didn't mention that the PR team from like Los Rubiales and the federation, they tried to say that she was the one that started the kiss, even though there's the pictures. And they posted this Photoshop picture of like him levitate, like as if she had been grabbing him, yeah, and like
holding him up,
yeah, like to. But then you can see that it's literally him who like hangs onto her, and she has to just grab him so they both don't fall. And then like he kisses her, and it's just like
what the fuck?
So fucking there's a million camera angles, and you want to try
all of
pull
him
this
floating.
shit, yeah. Oh, so fucking. Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, I also saw that Rubiales did a fucking interview with Piers Morgan.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Tucker Carlson.
Next. It's next on the list. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
How did his interview with Piers Morgan go? I forgot about him. I forgot that he exists.
I have no idea. I didn't watch it, but I was just like, "Are you fucking like?" We have this saying in Spain that is, God creates them and they get together. You know, like they're just. What is it? Birds of a feather flock together or something like that?
Yeah, sure. I guess I don't know what that means either in English. So the way that you explained the Spanish one to me made more sense than the English idiom makes sense to me. So
yeah.
Oh God, yeah. So what you're telling me is that then this stupidity is not over. It's gonna end up blowing over forever and ever and always.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess they will have to go to trial at some point. And then now it's just weird because the federation obviously stood behind Rubiales so much that now the women players are like, we don't want to play. Like the season is starting up again, and they're like, why should we play for you? So they don't want to play. As I said, they were going to make Montse Tomé the first coach yesterday. And 5 minutes before the press conference was supposed to start, they told the journalist, like, oh, maybe it doesn't happen. And then they don't even know if it's going to happen because the players just refuse to play. So, like, what's it going to be now? Like, what's going to happen?
Are they not playing in their leagues as well if they're in Spain, or are they just not playing for the national team?
They're just not playing for the national team.
Okay.
I assume they are playing with their own teams.
Yeah.
And most of them are from Barca and Madrid anyway. But I assume they're not going to play. They're just not going to go if they're called for a national team, like, game or whatever. But yeah, so
true, because there's also probably like there's always qualifiers and shit happening and like all these
exactly.
I forget that international football like never actually ends.
Exactly. It's not going to be like a World Cup or anything like that, but I assume they have their own leagues or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't follow national team because I do not support Spain.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. So, it's like, wait, like, do you even actually like care about the Spanish national team?
Yeah, no. I that's the thing. I wanted to watch the Women's Cup. Well, first of all, it was shit timing because it was like in Australia and New Zealand, so it was at 10 a.m. here or like 3 a.m. or whatever. But then the final was between England and Spain, two places that I hate. So I was like, I'm not going to watch it.
Well, I would say on that note, we can, call it an evening, call it an episode, if you will. Yeah. Europe is still surprising me every step of the way. I don't know why I live here still.
There's new things to talk about.
There's always new things to talk about, whether it be the bloodlust of Ursula von der Leyen and the like literal culling of wolves.
Oh my God.
Or
Spanish people being creeps.
Yeah.
Well, man.
Well, that's not news.
Yeah, thanks.
So, we got one announcement to make. We are playing. Playing is the wrong thing. We are podcasting. We're going to be live.
We're going to be talking live.
We're going to be hitting you live at Podfest Berlin. Last episode, the bonus, I didn't know when it was. This one I do know now.
He's been informed.
Been informed thanks to this magical thing called the internet. So Podfest Berlin, October 13th to 15th. I believe it is once again there's multiple locations I think this year, but we will leave the details to the site obviously in the description. I'm not entirely sure of what day we're presenting. I believe it's on the Saturday, but don't quote me on that. But it will be at the Noisy Rooms, which is at Wegelände, Rivalerstraße 99 for all of our Berlin listeners. You come by. Find out on the site what day we perform, because I still don't know.
Karen will know.
But
he will let you know.
He will let me know, exactly. But, we'll be joined there, maybe not not as guests, but also our buddies in Bad Gays will also be there for Podfest, and a bunch of other very cool people and events and stuff like that. They also have workshops for if you want to get into podcasting. Not that I would recommend this as someone who do this. Maybe find a different hobby in 2023. But if you want to get into it, they also have forums and discussions and stuff like that. So yeah, Podfest Berlin, baby, October 13th to 15th. We'll be there one of those days. I can't wait.
Exciting.
So yeah, other than that, Kieran also wrote a bunch of people asking about performing in Hamburg and Köln. If you can help us with that, we would love you very much. Mm-hmm. And that would be very appreciated. Other than that, then I have nothing else to announce. And hope everyone has a lovely rest of their week.
Bye-bye.
Take care.